Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. Hello. What is going on? Let me get set up over here real quick because I can't do it until I'm live. What is going on? When I tell you that I am pressing the gas, I am pressing the gas. It has been a long, productive day. I'm not going to lie and say it was a long, miserable day. It was a very long, educational, informative, and very productive day. I'm just trying to look for two things that I need. Then I'm going to start with my Instagram fam. Shout you all out. The reason why I brought up it's been a long day is because I'm going to literally turn the camera off once I say my greetings to everybody, okay? All these lights and the camera screen, I have to put it on dark mode for myself, but I told y'all that I was going to come and show y'all something. Millions of people, Mr. Trump said. He coming for 5 million and counting. There is so much crazy stuff going on. I need y'all to come on here. As you come on here, share this with everybody so they make their next move their best move. Seriously. So let me get started over here. Excuse me. What's going on, Instagram cousins? It is your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds. You already know what time it is. Come on in, take a seat with Dr. T. Before you get too comfortable, share this with somebody. Share to a DM. Share to a story. Share on your timeline. Copy the link. Share it somewhere. Text message format. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be here long, but I'm going to be here strong, okay? And I want you guys to just check out a couple of things. First and foremost, I want to bring us up to speed where we stand, or I titled the video what I titled it. When I say that it is mayhem out here in these streets, it is mayhem, okay? A lot of people are being impacted by what's going on in the White House. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. From the unemployment in March, which was last month, there was a record-breaking number of layoffs, 245% increase from February. That's a lot of people. Then the unemployment department said, hey, this is way too much at a rapid pace. Then you got the tariffs. They are pushing people out of jobs. This is not just impacting us Americans. We are the nation, the only nation where every other country do trade and business. That's why we the most powerfulest and most richest nation on planet Earth. So what's happening over here does not just affect us. It is having a global effect. You got the wars, that's costing money, okay? So now they coming for blood. Sharks in the water, they are coming for blood. They talking about seizing people's pensions, 401ks, wages, garnishing your wages, levying your property. It's bad out here in these streets, okay? And I don't want to be a mockingbird and keep saying what I have already said, but I'm just bringing us up to speed. The dismantling of departments that are in position to help us, okay? Especially consumers. We as consumers, that's why now more than ever, you have to think about, how do I win at this game that is being played? If consumers are going to suffer, then let me become a corporation. Let me become a LLC. Let me become a sole proprietor. Let me become a boss. Okay. We were not taught how to be bosses. In school, they taught us how to be employees. But now it's time to learn how to be a boss, because only bosses, people that have the steps in place and have it figured out, and they are maneuvering along the way right now, are going to be the ones less impacted. I'm not going to say they're not going to be impacted at all. They're going to be the ones less impacted because of what's going on. It's clear as day. The poor are going to suffer and the wealthy is not. Okay. So I want you guys to check out a few clips. I'm going to remove myself from the screen so you will see my profile picture, but you will be able to see what I'm trying to show you. Okay. I need to turn the lights off. My eyes is in overdrive. I have been literally on trainings, coaching calls, mentoring sessions, all day long since early this morning. So my eyes is strained right now. Okay. But I'm going to remove myself from the camera over here on Instagram. I'm just going to go ahead and slide us over here to the right, because I'm going to come completely off of camera. Okay. Do it like that there. I don't want to have to stare at the screen. All right, let's roll. All right, let me share my screen. I want y'all to hear this first, because this is how they really feel. And I've been telling my cousins this is how they feel. Why are we still? Listen at this. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I lost a child to fentanyl. Many of you do. This is not a game for me, but this is how they feel. This is what we can just do to the people right here. I want y'all to hear this. This is a public official who represents the commonwealth of the people. This is a guy in political position. He is not in jail for what he said. He didn't just make this up out of his butt, okay? This is something that has been going on, and he just got caught on camera. And then when they asked him, did he mean what he said, he stood 10 toes down on it. So with that being said, let me let y'all hear what this mayor in my home state, embarrassingly, said about what we can just do with people that are poor. Let me make sure we're good to go.
Like you want to kind of enclose all these homeless people in one territory. And
what I want to do is give them free fentanyl. I mean, that's what I want to do.
Do what?
I want to give them free fentanyl. You know?
I can't understand what you're saying. You wanted to get them what?
I want to give them all the fentanyl they want. That's what I want.
It's my obligation as the mayor of the city of Lancaster to protect the hardworking families that live there. And I am no longer able to do it. The sheriff's department is 70 deputies down in our city. The sheriff does not enforce the laws against, if it's the homeless population, because of fear of federal lawsuits. It's an untenable situation, and I'm open to any solution. But I want these people out of our city. Well, I don't think anybody took me literally. And in fact, it's so easy to get fentanyl on our streets today that it wouldn't have made any difference if we did give it away. But no, I don't regret saying it. I'm happy that we're focusing the attention on an aspect of this problem that nobody seems to want to look at. These people are killing our citizens. Not a lot of them, but some of them. They have no respect for law and order. They think nothing of kicking in your back doors at night. And the reason I know that is they kicked in my back door on 2 occasions. And I'm the mayor in a gated community with more than a few security options. It's a problem that is endangering the lives of our citizens.
Now, let's have some dialogue about that, okay? He said, this is how we get rid of poor, homeless, ghetto people. Okay? We just give them Fenty. Just give it to them. And matter of fact, they out there getting a hold to it anyway. This is something that has been made in another country, a country who do not like the United States of America. And then it has been sold to the cartels. The same cartels that walked in our open borders and brought it into the community and unalived 300,000 military age men and women last year alone. This is a mayor saying this is what we need to do to poor people, homeless people. They do not care about us. That's why I go ham. That's why I am so passionate about this. They don't care about us. So I'm going to run it back again. So those of you that are just popping on, you can hear it yourself. Whether you catching this on the replay, you can hear this yourself. I got 2 more clips. And then I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know what I'm here for thereafter. Let's hear this again. This is a mayor at a city meeting said this openly in front of everybody in the first clip. That's what I'm pointing to on the screen when you see the mouse move, okay? It's going to come on again.
It sounds like you want to kind of enclose all these homeless people in one territory. And I don't.
What I want to do is give
and I
them
don't
free
think-
fentanyl. I mean, that's what I want to do.
Do what?
I want to give them free fentanyl. You know?
I can't understand what you're saying.
They laughed. All the other people in the room laughed. When he said, the lady said, the what? You want to do what? I don't understand what you're saying. All the other people laughed when he said, I want to give them free. And do you know that this is not a narcotic? This is actually a poisoning. This is a poisoning. When you give somebody that, you poison them. They get something called wooden chest. They can't breathe. Imagine your chest locking up and you cannot expand and deflate your lungs. It's a very tragic way to pass. And you have a mayor saying this about people who is not in his wealth bracket.
Hey, you wanted to get with them what?
I want to give them all the fentanyl they want. That's what I want.
It's my obligation as the mayor of the city of Lancaster to protect the hardworking families that live there.
Now he's trying to give an explanation why he said that. This is the second clip.
And I am no longer able to do it. The sheriff's department is 70 deputies down in our city. The sheriff does not enforce the laws against, if it's the homeless population, because of fear of federal lawsuits. It's an untenable situation, and I'm open to any solution. But I want these people out of our city. Well, I don't think anybody took me literally.
He said he open to any solution by all means necessary. He don't care what you got to do with them. He want these people out of our community.
And in fact, it's so easy to get fentanyl on our streets today that it wouldn't have made any difference if we did give it away.
Wow. This is sickening, okay? I can't even bear to listen to not another second of it. Let me go to the next clip. Let me stop sharing that and then share I'm not going to play all of this because it's 20 something minutes that I don't have and I don't want to take of your time. But I just want you to hear this. This was a long time ago, 1954. But you see the title, The Secret of Selling the. Listen, let me let y'all listen. And let me say this. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, this is for educational purposes only. This is fair use. I'm making commentation on this for educational purposes only. I do not own copyright to anything that I am playing. This is just for educational purposes only under the Fair Use Act.
Well, move that over there. Why don't you? You got the level on that, Joe?
Hey, how's this video coming through?
Are the lights hot enough?
Don't forget to dolly it close. All right, be sure and stay clear of number 2 camera, and all set. Stand by.
I gotta mute that music, okay? Let me get to the parts. They're gonna give all the, here we go, right here. Let me fast forward it.
Story here that I think is big, really big, because it's bound to have a terrific impact on business. I'm talking about a new market, a big new market, millions upon millions of new prospects with $15 billion to spend. That's right, I said $15 billion. That's a lot of money, isn't it? The surprising thing is that it's a fresh market, still full of opportunities. It grew up so fast, got so big in a hurry, that few of us realize its scope. Now, these days, nobody's likely to pass up chances to sell. And yet right here in our own front yard, there's a neglected market. There's money waiting to be spent. To get the story of this market, to be able to tell you the secret of selling the Negro, we did a lot of digging. We talked to leading businessmen, the customers, and the salesmen. We went to Washington, D.C. We set up cameras and other key points around the nation. And out of this all, there emerged a story, the story of a new market.
I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit. Oh, well, I'm gonna leave it there for just, I'm gonna play just a couple more minutes of it.
Yes, this is the market we're talking about, the new Negro family. Their name is Wells or Wilson, Smith or Brown or Alexander or Breen. They live in Chicago, in Atlanta or New York, in Detroit, St. Louis, Los Angeles, any one of 1,000 cities and towns. All over the country, families such as this are enjoying new prosperity. They have new interests, new standards of living, a buying power they've never enjoyed before. They're good prospects for practically all types of goods and services. All too often, though, they're overlooked prospects. Why? Because of some good, valid reason? No. They're overlooked because of mistaken ideas, because of out-of-date ideas about how the Negro lives and how he buys. The truth of the matter is that the Negro lives pretty much the same as other folks. He buys pretty much the same way, too. But just the same, a lot of old doubts and opinions keep cropping up over and over again.
I don't like to do business with Negroes. They're drifters. You can't keep track of them.
Yes, although a lot of people think that way, the truth is that 1 out of every 3 Negro families living in cities today owns its own home. That figure comes directly from the United States Bureau of Census.
Maybe so, but Negroes are poor credit risks.
Not more of a credit risk than any other group. Actually, the Negro home buyer meets his payments faithfully, often more faithfully than other race groups in the same economic level. That's the information we got from people who ought to know, the National Association of Real Estate Boards.
Well, maybe, but I've always heard that Negroes buy shoddy, poor quality merchandise.
No, it's just the other way around. According to leading researchers, in proportion to population and income, Negroes buy more quality products than any other comparable United States group. You see, there are a lot of confused notions about the Negro customer. But when you dig right down and find out about them, they just don't hold water. Negroes own homes. They meet their payments faithfully. They buy good brands of merchandise. So why let a lot of old-fashioned ideas hurt profits? Take a look at the real facts. Here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, some amazing facts and figures about this new market have been uncovered. For a first-hand report, we would like to take you directly to the United States Department of Commerce to hear this story from the Secretary of Commerce himself. Here is the Honorable Sinclair Weeks, the Secretary of Commerce of the United States.
In the Department of Commerce, we are constantly alert to trends that mean a healthier national economy, better business for the nation as a whole. Recently, we have been interested in a rising young market, one that represents a huge potential for goods and services. I'm referring to the new Negro market. The tremendous buying power of this group is backed, of course, by an increased earning power. The average Negro family's income is at a record high. In fact, since 1939, it has increased more than the average income of all other Americans. Just take a look at a few figures. An official Department of Commerce report shows that at least 1/3 of the Negroes living in cities earn from $2,000 to $5,000 a year. Today, the average Negro wage earner brings home a paycheck 4 times larger than the one he collected in 1939. As a whole, the Negro market has a total income of about $15 billion every year. And after taxes, Negro families still have many billions of dollars to spend. Here is a buying power that cannot help but have a tremendous effect on our national economy and on business prosperity in general.
I'm going to stop it there so y'all can go back and check it out, okay? It's called The Secret of Selling the Negro. It's a lot of these. I mean, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing how they came up with the art of selling to the Negroes and how this has worked for hundreds and hundreds of years in real time. So let me come back over here, show you one more. This is the plan. That's why you got to get up. That's why you got to stop playing. Let me see. Let me go over here. Oh, I think I got to go here. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Shorts. Let me see. I'm all back here in my analytics. And I don't want to be. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me go to me. Okay, I think this is. Hold on, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me find my shorts. want to show y'all something else really quickly. Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all. Wrong one. Let me move him off the screen so I can see. Let me find this other video. Here we go. My bad, y'all.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them to. Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity, but we must keep Africa poor at all costs. Check him out.
Okay, and Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer.
It has a role to play. Its role is a raw material producer.
We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely
keep them impoverished. It's absolutely imperative they keep a nation of people impoverished.
Absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because.
Disgusting. I'm turning this back around now. I think we didn't heard enough to come to the conclusion that we need to do something for us. Period. Point blank. Quit playing games. It's time to stop playing games. We need to do something for us because this is. I played you something from 1954. I played you something from last year. And I played you something from just a couple of days ago. We need to give all the poor homeless people fentanyl for free, says a mayor in Lancaster. He not the only one that feel like that. 5 million people will be attacked. When I say attacked, I mean attack. You will be attacked. They're coming after you to seize your wages. People barely holding on by a needle string. People barely can afford groceries. They're overpriced. And now you coming for our wages. Now you coming to garnish our pensions, our 401ks. That we don't even know if we gonna get anyways. Now you're dismantling the Consumer Federal Protection Bureau, the one that actually keeps the credit bureaus from ripping us off, and you're dropping our scores. because you guys put a pause on our student loans. We were in income-based repayment plans, deferment, excuse me. We were in public service loan forgiveness, pay as you go. We had all kind of programs. Now all of those programs have been dismantled, destroyed. The department where we had this debt has been dismantled, dissolved, and now a new department called the Treasury. People that count them dollars, print them dollars, where your checks come from. Now they are collecting payments. And the Department of Education is going to give information, working hand in hand with the Department of Treasury to go after 80 million student loan borrowers, to share their information, where they work, where they live, all the private data you gave to them will now be handed over to the people who count and run the money. Make this make sense? So with that being said, I want to go over a couple of things, okay? There are ways around. What we all need more than ever is we need money, but most importantly, we need credit. This currency, this money ain't nothing but a tool to get to the next step. It's a tool to buy the house. It's a tool to buy the land. It's a tool to get you assets. It's a tool to grab you some gold. It's a tool to grab you some silver. It's a tool. That's all it is. It is not meant to be saved. It is not meant to be stored. It is not meant to be hoarded. It is not meant to be treated as if it's your life. It is a tool for you to get from one place to the next. It's a tool. You obtain it through labor, or you obtain it through, services and products. It's an exchange for services rendered. You gave me this, so I paid you that. We use it to get in a better position. That is the main point that I'm going to push. You see all of these things happening, you guys. All of these things are happening simultaneously as well. They're now finally admitting it because they knew that the tariffs and with the inflation mixed together with all of the money going out to foreign countries, that was already just absolutely disastrous in real life. So I'm going to just run through a couple headlines. Okay. Florida, this metro area in Florida has become the capital of foreclosures. People are losing their homes left and right. And this is not just in Florida. I'm going to go by really fast, okay, because I don't have a whole long time. Home sale cancellations surge nationwide. Florida is not the only one. As thousands of deals fall through, people credit is being affected. They went to go get, buy the house, wait for it to close, on the house, wait for it to be built. Then they close on the house only to come back and their credit don't match. The income don't match anymore. So home sale cancellations have surged. These people are scrambling to rent them, but they in a great position because they got assets to leverage. As long as we on planet Earth, people always need somewhere to stay. So they say, okay, you're not buying them, we'll rent them. Okay. If you're not buying them, then we'll lease them for a short-term rental. We'll government contract with the government to get them filled for emergency shelter. And that ain't just for migrants. That's in the case of a hurricane. Florida always has hurricane season. Okay. Texas even has some hurricanes come down. People are always displaced somewhere in some part of the United States. So they have temporary housing. for families where they'll pay for 90 days. They'll pay for 120 days while they rebuild their houses or whatever the case may be. But home sales for people buying homes, you got high foreclosures and nobody being able to afford to buy homes except the government and stuff. Okay. I shared this yesterday, but real quick, Trump issues huge Fed challenge, sparking stock market plunge. Stock market didn't fell down, okay? But gold and Bitcoin prices have soared. This is because this is the way we're going. We're going digital. He said that, okay? When BRICS drop this new system, it's bye-bye for the dollar bill. They didn't just about have it, okay? They had 4 years to prepare and plan for what's happening now. And at the end of the day, Trump don't care. Trump don't care because that's why he got the play set in motion for the crypto and for stocks, okay? Trump's new executive order targets public service loan forgiveness. You can get your loans forgiven if you did any type of public service work, nonprofit, if you was in the military, the army, if you did any type of public service work, community leader, activist, then you can have your loans forgiven. Not no more. I'm not even going to get into Klaus Schwab, even though it's very important that people know what didn't happen with him. I'm not going to take the time to get up into it. Pope died. Klaus Schwab stepped down. Now he's been investigated for financial fraud, all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of stuff happening out here in real life. Let me go on back down here where I was at. This is from, I want to put this on the screen, okay? Bro said he's starting to seize. He's seizing. Oh, y'all can't even see. Wow. My apologies, you guys. I wasn't sharing my screen. But here we are right here now. My boy said he is seizing wages. All kind of wages. He don't care. You're going to give him that money back. Okay? They say you borrowed it. Yes, we know times are hard for millions of Americans, but now it's time to get back to work. And now it's time to pay us back what you owe us. And if you do not pay us back what you owe us, and I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why they say it's going to affect 5 million student loan borrowers is because a lot of people's student loans were paused. And they've been paused since 2020, which cost the government a lot of money. So now that the pause has been uplifted, what's happening is when they paused it in 2020 and they gave us, the pause, now it looks like we are 5 years delinquent. This is what's dropping people's scores, 100 and 150 points. Some even 200 points. Took a long time to, get where they at, and now they there. Only for the government to say, yeah, you 5 years late. That's what's going to drop your score. The 5-year late payment history. Crazy. And then saying, well, it ain't good enough to just jack your credit up. We know that people ain't going to pay. So now we have to take extra measures to go and take away your assets to get our money. And this is why we need to build our credit in the amount of time that it allows us to build our credit. We can literally build our credit up in 7 to 14 days. Good enough to go get some funding somewhere. You hear me? Good enough to go get some funding somewhere. 10 to 25,000 at Sam's Club. 25,000 at Navy. Okay? You can go and get 25,000 from Unify. You can go get 25 to 50,000 from NIH FCU. You already sitting at 100,000. What could you do with that? Go invest into you some property. Go buy you some land. Go buy you a house. Go start an Airbnb business. Something that is going to give you passive income coming in every month. Because now what you just did was took their money to make you some money. So I take some. You can go back south, get a fourplex. Now you always have a forever place to stay. You can stay in one of your own fourplex and you got 3 to rent out. Or you can stay where you at and rent all 4 of them out. That is passive income coming in every month. You can invest into a car wash, okay? Really affordable, really simple, really cheap. People go by every day. It don't matter if it's old, wore out. People gonna pull up because they want their car wash. You can invest into a self-storage, facility. People are moving all the time. We don't know about these avenues, these investment avenues, because they're not taught to us in our community. And that is why we suffer the worst. All we know is work and handouts. That's it. Government assistance. That's all we know. We don't know anything else. So I'm here to tell you, here are some plan Bs and some plan Cs. And if you're coming on and you don't mind sharing, this may not be for you, but it may be for somebody that is praying and seeking and asking, what is my exit from this? How do I get out of this? How do I preserve my family? How do I have more to take care of my kids? I'm scared, Father. I don't know what's going to happen. I've lost my job. Now I'm about to lose my home. It's real. And then you have a whole mayor saying, okay, well, now that the people are homeless, we don't want them in our cities just hanging around, bumming around, give them free fentanyl. It's terrible. They can care less. They can care less. Why? Because you are a consumer. So the best thing that we could do right about now is use these sweeps, use the trade line boost to boost our scores just so we can go get funding. Why? Because funding is going to help us get something coming in passively, and then whatever is left, instead of us going splurge and instead of us talking about, yeah, we about to turn up. No, we not about to turn up. We about to take this money and we about to go pay them student loans off. You ain't garnishing anything. I'm going to use their money to pay you back, Mr. Government. Since y'all not going to forgive nothing, since y'all not going to pardon, our student loan debts after 10 years, that program, since we have no income-based repayment, no, I'm going to pay off these and I'm going to use their money and none of mine to do so. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know in the chat. It's just that simple. I'm giving you game how to get yourself out of the situation. I'm not telling you that I can give you wealth, because I can't give you wealth. Only God gives you the power to get wealth. But I can give you strategies to get some right now rapid revenue, some money that you can make on autopilot, some money that you can make while you are sleeping, literally, because the money is a tool. The money is a tool to get assets. I need to use money. Okay. I can go up here and get this sweep. I get this sweep. I sweep my credit. Now I'm able to get more money. I take this money. I invest it into something that's going to make me more money. And then whatever I got in the overflow, I'm going to pay back my debt so they don't come and take my money that I'm building, that I'm creating, my wealth that I'm creating. Okay. If you don't want to, and this is the importance of a community, and this is also an importance of a coach. Nobody has never got to greatness without a mentor. There ain't no professional athletes without coaches. And they have multiple coaches, strengthening coaches, conditioning coaches, defensive coaches, offensive coaches, mindset coaches, financial management coaches, and consultants. Those are coaches. Consultants is just a fancy word for coaches, mentors. Okay. They have counseling mentors for their mental, because nobody can be great without it. And then they have a community of brothers who understand, who can relate. It's called their team. You can only go as far as your circle. That's it. And with all of this stuff, this is happening May 5th, by the way. May the 5th, bro is swinging the sledgehammer on people. But I have been telling my people for months, get your student loans removed. They don't belong on your credit anyway. Even if you owe the debt, they have to remove them from your credit profile. It's illegal. Have them remove them. Use this FERPA bundle. I have a FERPA bundle. Okay. It's 5 documents that you send in to have your student loans eliminated. Not just off your consumer report. You're using federal law to say, wait a minute, there's a crack here and I'm exposing the breach. This is what you did. You first of all sold this department that I was supposedly indebted to. And then you transfer the debt, which is illegal. And now you think you're going to come and hijack and confiscate my house and my money and my wages and my 401k, what I have worked so hard all my life to accumulate. Ain't no way, Sway. And it's not like, oh, okay, well, we took the, some of the 401k. No, it's we're doing 15 to 20% of your wages. We're also tapping into them pensions. And we also tapping into the 401ks. You are in default. You are in default because they paused the student loan. I tell my people all the time, ain't nothing for free. Free come with stuff. Ooh, thank you, Father, for being a doorkeeper over these lips. Free comes with stuff, okay? It comes with limitations. Yeah, we'll give you free housing, but no father in the house. We'll tear down the nuclear family. Yeah, we'll give you free, but you got to pay for the water cup. We'll give you free water, but you got to pay 25, 50 cents for the water cup. It comes with limitations. So that's very important to know. All free stuff ain't good stuff. Like they say, all money ain't good money. No, all free stuff ain't good stuff. What does it come with? What am I going to sacrifice? What am I going to compromise for that comes with it? What am I going to have to relinquish for the free? And this is why millions of people will be, they will just be crushed. You crush their credit and you crush their money. You leave them with nothing. Then what? Oh, I forgot universal basic income. That's what's next. We just give everybody, okay? The education department has a rude awakening. They using terminology like what? What's the rude awakening for 5.3 million student loan borrowers giving their info to debt collectors? Baby, they not finna play with you. They not finna play with you. They already setting this up. They have already set this up. Excuse me. They have already set this up. And then they defaulted us on purpose. Okay. The Federal Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, it's going to be gone away with. These are when I tell you guys to go get that money, when I tell y'all to go get that money, y'all need to be going to go get that money before they dismantle this program. This money is solely for you. They give money to give to you, but the problem is you don't know about it or you don't know what to do in order to obtain the money. And they're not even requiring a lot. But they dismantling this come May 5th as well. Please go get what you can while you can. Or who knows how intense the struggle will be to get access to money. If they change the system up, then we're screwed. We have no assets. the number one asset you should have at this point in time is credit. It's a digital asset. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go over a couple opportunities that I have available for y'all. Hold on one second. I just want to show y'all something. I'll be trying to get y'all over here into the flow of things. Okay. I really do, because let me open this. Hold on. Okay. When I tell you to go get this money and then run over here and go do something like this, this will give you passive income, whether you want to live in it or whether you want to rent it out. Okay. Can you imagine buying a house for this price? Huh? In Florida? $7,059. $7,059 for a whole house. And right now it is assessed at $65,000. If you didn't want to do nothing but buy this and sell this, that is a big old return on your investment. That's a very big return on your investment. Okay. If I buy for $7,000 and I am able to automatically, instantly get $65,000, I'm up. I'm up. Let me close this out. I need to get another window going on up here. Okay. I need to go see what this looks like real quick. Okay, so that's a duplex, baby. Don't play. $7,000. Y'all stop the screen. Let me stop the screen and show you $7,000 right now. This is the address of that property. Okay. That's a duplex. Don't play. Clean this up a little bit, with your business credit in Jacksonville, Florida. And now you got passive income. You don't have to live there, but this is a duplex. Well, it's a 2-unit, shall I say, 2-unit house. But that means double what you would get for one. Okay? $7,000 is all they want. $7,000 is all they want. Or what about this one? This one for $4,000. Let's see. This one right here is $4,000. These are houses you can buy. Start you a whole Airbnb. It's already valued at $27,000. So you already $23,000 in the positive. That is 2x, 3x, 7, 14, 21. That's a 3x return on your 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Yeah, that's a 4.5x return on your investment. This is how you learn how to play the game. This is how you learn how to play the game. You take your money and make your money make you money. It's that simple. Let me see what the rent price for that property was. Okay, so they said that property right there ranges from $1,375 to $1,500 a month. You got two of those. That's $3,000 extra income coming in a month, and you only bought it for $7,000. So the first month you already see more than half of your return on your investment back. Second month you is straight up in profit mode. Okay. Listen, I'm telling you this. Let's see what this house looks like. Okay. See what this house for $6,000. Telling y'all, I ain't playing no games. You either coming or you getting left behind. Oh, wow. No, I did not just do that. Hold on. Let me grab this real quick because I want to see what this looks like. I'm not gonna stay here too long because, like I said, I'm running on fumes. Okay, let me take that out. Let's see what this other one look like, and then I will share my screen over here. Let's see what this look like. I might not give y'all this sauce. This might be too saucy. Which one? That's a church. Is it this one? Okay. Thinking it's, yep, it gotta be this piece of trash. But you may look at that and be like, oh, that's garbage. No, and no, and no, and no. Go get you some business credit, beloved, from Home Depot and Lowe's and revamp that thing. Go get you some new stoves, $50. Listen, when I tell you I got that juice in that house, don't take that much. This is the house for $4,000, but it's already valued at $27,000. So that is a $23,000 return on a $4,000 home. This right here. And this is the reason why. Because you have all of this they want cleaned up. Okay, tear down that screen right there. Straight up. Probably say tear down a screen. They probably don't even care about the screen. Fix the roof right here. Them shingles only cost like $2. Okay, get somebody come. Very inexpensive to get this thing up to par. $4,000 is already valued at, say, hey, I don't even want to deal with it, sell it, because it's already valued at $27,000. Okay, so hey, sister, when I'm sharing the screen, I can't see. So I have, and not only that, I've showed you guys land opportunities. Okay. Land opportunities. This is all a part of land banking. In the mentorship, I not only show you how to take those houses, buy them, the whole 9 yards, you know, how to flip them, how to wholesale them, how to refurbish or restore them, turn them into short-term rentals. I'll show you how to buy the notes from the bank of people going into foreclosure. I mean, it's just too much to name. Okay. That mentorship is $14.97. Y'all slept on the $9.97. It is $14.97. Okay. I will allow payment arrangements to be made to get inside of the mentorship. Okay. Where I will show you, give you access to all of this information, in-person auctions, online auctions, and you bring up the property value. You bring up the property value list, and now what it's selling for in that area, it goes from 27,000 up to what other houses are being sold for. So it's one heckified return on your investment. Okay. And then you just go and you get the money, okay, from funding. That's how you gonna buy this. You're not gonna spend none of your money. You're gonna spend their money to go buy this property. They give you $30,000. You just seen 2 houses you can buy for 7,000 and 4,000. That is 11,000. You still got something to work with. Go buy you 2 more. Okay. Let's see if we can find 2 more on the list and still have some money left over to renovate them. Let's see. Let's see if I can go find 2 more. So we had 11,000. We got 30,000. Okay. We got 19,000 left. Let's go see if we can find 2 more. Okay. So we got them ones right there, 4,000, 7,000. They got some for 31,000. 31,000, and this is already priced at 55,000. So you almost got over half. 11,000, 15,000. I'm gonna go up and see. Here are some auctions closed or canceled. They canceled these ones. Okay, cool. Somebody went and redeemed their property, boy. Don't play. I know that's right. Okay, so instead of getting 1 or 2 more, instead of getting 2 more, I'll get 1. Okay, it's page 1 of 3. So I can go to next. Well, we find one over here. Okay, this is a tax deed home. They lost their home. I can buy this one for 5,000. Mind you, I got 19,000 left. Okay, it's already valued at 50,000. Shoot. Man, let me go see what this looks like real quick. See, I can just spend all my time right here and I shouldn't. Because I need to get to some other stuff, okay? But we might just stay right here in this vein right here. I can buy this for 5,000. Oh yeah, this ain't nothing to get. This ain't nothing. Oh man, I would renovate this bad boy and turn it. It's already valued at 50,000, and all I gotta buy it for is 5,000. Clean up this little property part right here. Listen, shoot, I already got equity in this thing. I already got equity. I'll go ahead and renovate it, clean this up right here. You know, clean out the trees. That's what they want. Get it up to code. That's why they selling it for the low. And I'm already sitting on 50,000, 27,000. That's 77,000. And I forgot what the other one was. The other one was like, let me see. I have to go back to the other thing, but it's cool. Okay. It's cool. I'm already like at almost $100,000 in assets. That's how we play this game, because that's all this is a game. I'm gonna look at this other one that they say they have for 8,000, and it's already valued at 88,000. Let's go see. Let's see. It's already valued at 88,000. This is nice. That's not, but they showing me the street view. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bath. How come you can't move this around? Yep, it's in foreclosure. Well, it was in foreclosure. Let me see if I can pull it up over here on the maps. Yeah. I can't blow it up no more. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yep, they want all of this cleaned out of there. This is hiding the house. But it's already valued at $88,000. Clean that little stuff up. That ain't much or nothing. Just trying to see the actual house look like. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is what the house look like. I clean that up so quick. Already valued at $88,000. You buying it for a player's price, okay? You buying a house, not land, a house for the Lolo, okay? For the real Lolo. Of course, if you wanted a fancier house to stay in, let's see. This one they want $10,000 for. It's valued at $110,000. Let's see what this one looks like. They want $10,000. It's valued at $110,000. Okay, this is the last one that I'm gonna do. And this ain't the only one. Got them in Houston, got them everywhere. I'm just looking in Jacksonville, Florida. But this is a house you can buy right here for $10,000. And it's already valued at $110,000. Of course, get this stuff out of there. Okay. Some nice properties. You can do so many different things in it. Turn a transitional home. Okay, you can turn it into an emergency shelter. So many different things you can do with it. You can flip it, you can buy it, you can sell it. No, the surrounding areas aren't bad. Somebody lost their property and didn't take care of it, and that's why they're selling it for the low. But I have that mentorship. It is $14.97. Okay, it gives you access and everything to the in-person events, in-person auctions, in-person networking community, so you can find other builders, legacy builders, because that's what we are. And you can get access to all of, not just land banking lists where you buy land, but where you can buy houses, RVs, different things of that sort. Then you get access to how to start and scale a profitable Airbnb. That's what we use the houses for, honestly. And then we use them for group homes. And then we use them for transitional homes and like ex-offenders who can't stay in certain areas because of their registry. Government pays real big for that, okay? Recovery homes, drug and alcohol abuse homes, so many different homes, so many you can name. Veterans, home for veterans. If you rent your homes to veterans, there's lots of lucrative contracts in that space, okay? So I have the land banking mentorship, $14.97. If you want to just get the land banking workshop and the list of 100 and either 20 or 150 plus land banking websites that you can go and buy you some land. Get you some land tonight if you wanted to, okay? You can get you some land tomorrow morning if you wanted to. If it's afternoon, you can get you some land this afternoon if you wanted to, okay? This morning, this noonday, whatever time you are viewing it, you can get some instantaneously. And then if you didn't want to keep it and you just wanted to flip it, there are all kind of people, hey, I buy houses. Why? Because they know that assets is real wealth, not cash. Okay. So moving on, I want to talk about the craft to currency workshop that's going down. Well, I'm not going to talk about the workshops. I'm going to talk about this funding opportunity. Y'all don't want to fix y'all credit. There's so much funding out here. If you don't know what needs to be done, and let me go back because I'm talking too fast. And the reason why I'm talking too fast is because I'm not trying to be here too long. So yeah, we have the workshop and we have the list for the land banking, okay, for $97. and we have the mentorship. Now, the list in the workshop, you buy it, you snatch it up, tell you exactly what you need to do to acquire land. Okay, and they do have houses on that list in dealing with that master class as well. That's a do-it-yourself, no mentorship included. But the mentorship, where all of that is included, you learn step by step how to use your land for billboards, okay? How you can advertise your own business on your own billboard on your own land and eat. How you can make $5,000 to $10,000 a day just off of advertisements on your billboard, different things like that, okay? So that is $14.97 for the mentorship, and then $97 for the land bank list and the master class. Now I can move on. Next is funding, okay? If you have at least a 550 credit score, I can get you $30,000. I can get you funding, okay? I can get you $30,000 if you have at least a 550 credit score. So I have 2 spots available for me to do it for you. Okay. For me to do it for you, meaning not go get your money because you got to go get your own money, but for me to position you the right way with the paperwork that they need, which is a business plan. So I will get your business plan, find the lender in your state or city locally where you are and surrounding areas, okay? Because you can go to a couple of them and get you some funding for a new business or a business you already have, for an idea you have in mind. That's what the business plan tells and details. What you're going to do with the money when you get the money. How's the money going to be accounted for, okay? It's a whole play. Show you how to pay it back using their money and none of yours. Show you how to put yourself in a passive position to prosper, for the first 2 years, and give you the whole framework, whole sauce. That's $497. I got 2 people, 2 spots that 2 people can take if they want that. Okay, so I will get your clothes so you can put them on and then go ahead and get that big bag in 30 days or less. I also have an investment opportunity. I believe we're down to 1 spot now. I have an investment opportunity where you can you can invest into our funding business. And here is the benefits of being grandfathered in and investing with us in a funding business. Just like people who got in on Meta when he went around and proposed, hey, I want to create a platform where millions of people could come together and socialize and network. They can find their friends. And, you put up this amount of money, and then these are your shares and your benefits and blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. It's the same thing. It's like the .com movement when people were able to invest and get more than what they invested. So this is a $2,000 investment. I'm going to get you dressed to go get that 30 to 50K. If you're doing anything in real estate, it can be even more than that. On the front end, okay? So I'm going to get you dressed to go get the monies. And then in between that time, while you didn't got that money and you starting your new business or whatever it is that you're going to do with the funding, I'm making sure that we leverage getting your credit to a 720, because that is what we need it at, is a 720. And we need your profile to be a certain way so that I can then take that profile to my banking relationship manager, who will now put in a request for you to get $150,000, for you to get $220,000. I showed you guys it's real. It's real. Let me pull this up real quick. Open it, Messenger. Yes. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I got to go. Let me see if I can find it real quick, pull it up real quick. Okay, this is, hey, your fund year 2025 business needs your pre-approved. This is for me, for funding up to 250,000. Just choose your term. Okay, wrong way. This is another one. Congratulations, you're pre-approved for funding up to 200,000. Feel your spring business growth today. I'm already pre-approved for it. All I have to do is go and accept the terms. Okay. Let me go over here. It's the wrong information. Hold on. I think I went the wrong way. So you see you're pre-approved, but then you also see on the screen, oh, y'all can't even see. Shaking my head. I gotta charge it to my head, not to my heart, because when I tell you your girl is running on fumes. So now you go from being pre-approved to approved, $220,000. Okay. And on the back end, I'll receive 10% for getting you funded. If I get you $1 million in funding, that's $100,000 that come to me. 10%. I get you $220,000 in funding. 10% comes to me, $22,000. Okay. And then I'll show you how to really, really get in the groove. Anybody you send to get funded, you also get a percentage of that once they are funded. When you send them, okay, we're going to get them funded. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about are we going to get them funded. We're going to get them funded for sure, which means that you're going to be able to have passive income coming in from another stream of just an investment of $2,000. You're going to get funded on the front end, the 30 to 50K. But you're also going to get funded on that big bag on the back end. And then you're going to make passive income, okay, as a founding member of the funding company that we're building. That's the only thing that we're doing. We're doing credit and funding because that is what the people need. If you have good credit, you can leverage that. If you have business credit, you can leverage that. Leverage it to get money. Why? Because money is a tool that we need to get assets, to produce assets. We need to take this money and turn it into real estate, not just commercial real estate, but gold, silver coins, planting. We need to get into gardening. We need to have our own land to do that. Eat our own food, do different things of that sort, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. Anybody interested in anything, I'm going to come back with some more stuff. Some stuff that I think is very beneficial, but it would take me a whole entire hour to get through all of it because I got receipts and I always come with receipts. But I just want to admonish you on this live. You have the best opportunity right now. Perfect opportunity right now before this man in the White House go absolutely crazy with his disruption that he is bringing to the market, to the economy, to consumers, to everyday Americans. This is the way you get yourself together. Okay? This is the way. And then you go get you $1 million insurance policy because you get rich off insurance. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But if you are interested, okay, I'm going to shut it down and then that opportunity is just going to be gone. Have one more opportunity and shout out to those who said, I'm all in. I'm definitely in because it's a no-brainer. If I can take this and make this make more, it's a no-brainer. If I can take my money and make my money grow for me, it's a no-brainer. We need to be buying houses. We need to be buying land. We need to be establishing a community so we can barter with each other, network with each other, live amongst one another. Okay? That being said, I love y'all. Instagram fam, you know what to do, okay? The link is in my bio over here. It'll lead you to my link tree. So you can see some, my stand store, different things of that sort that is ready for you to go. You can also DM me and I'll gladly send you the information since you can't see what's on the screen, okay? And I look forward to chatting, breaking bread, educating, and all that good stuff on the next time. All right, YouTube and Facebook. Any questions for me before I go? I will wait about 60 seconds because I know there is a lag. I forgot to make this disclaimer. Payment information is on the screen, scrolling across the screen, and it's also in the description of the video. If you want to check out any programs that we are offering, you want to check out the description in the video, okay? Click on see more and you will be able to see everything that is there. And since there is no questions, I will see you guys on the next time.